Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Comedy Workshop, episode 351. I feel like tomato because I look like, I feel red. I'm so red. Anyways, I am Scott Porteous, the founding father of the Comedy Workshop. No one will ever call me that, but it's a name that I want so bad because it's Father's Day is coming up, and I want something. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in for the workshop. What this is for anybody who hasn't seen this before is I contacted several different comedians from all parts of the world and asked they give them a topic, a random topic, and they have about 5 to 7 days to write 3 to 5 minutes on that topic, and then we give them feedback, suggestions, ideas, anything to really help add to or improve the joke, and then we have a second set where everybody, which I call a dealer's choice, and that's pretty much what the material that the comics want to do. And we do another 3 to 5 minutes, give them feedback, suggestions, everything, all that, just to help out the material. And then, we say our wrap ups, we do our shameless self promotion, and then that is it. And before I introduce our panel for tonight, I do want to say that this is a open comedy forum. And by that, what I mean is that you might hear some things that are a little edgy, a little controversial, a little taboo, a little offensive. Just try to keep an open mind, as we're all writers, we're all comics. We're just trying to find the funny in things. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy. So, only way we can find out if something's good or not is by saying it. So we're not trying to be offensive, but if you happen to be offended, sorry, it is what it is. It's comedy. All right. With that being said, I want to introduce people. So exit my solo. Boom. So we got Ahmed, we got Lori Pen, we got Darren, I believe, a first timer, and Dr. Ellen from Chicago. And so I will go first, start this bad boy off because I like to set the bar low. Also, because I wrote like probably 3 hours ago because I'm like the worst example setter for doing these things. So hang on. So my topic, hang on, I have a better idea. Jester showed me this before. I like this method. Hang on, where is it? There we go. All right. So my topic. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, folks. Before I forget, if you go over your time, it's not the biggest of deals. We're just I'll do this at 4. If you go over, it's fine. I'm just letting you know where you're at. So every minute, I'll just do this. So like you know where you're at. No rush. Don't freak out. It's just as it's at a gauge of where you're where you are on your set. I mean, if you can do 8 minutes, impressive. I mean, a bit of a show off, but impressive. So with the topic of, hang on, where's my saving lives? Fuck, I feel like shit. Okay, there we go. So on the topic of saving lives, and I'm gonna read off the paper because I don't remember anything I've written. That's the one problem I have with these. I don't remember my material. Here we go. So I'm not saying I like to live forever, but I am saying that I would like to have at least 3 lives, like in a video game. Like just because I'm always curious of things that would happen if I chose other options. Right? Like at the moment, I'm living the most boring choose your own adventure of a life. Like, all right, you wake up. What's next? Stay in bed. Page 3. Get up and shower. Page 4. All right, you decide to stay in bed and sleep more, and in turn you missed out on the rest of your day. Game over. Or if you get up and shower, you feel revitalized and ready to start the day. Right after you take a 4-hour nap. Game over. Mental health. Anyways, I try my best not to save any lives because I don't like to play God. Like I don't want anyone to think I have a complex or anything, like it's not my place to decide one's fate, which is why I'll never adopt a rescue. It just seems like a dick move. Also I'm concerned about what if I saved the wrong life? Like what if that pug that I saved was responsible for the genocide of millions of cats? I don't know.
Good idea.
Possible, right? you don't know what your future is. You don't know what your future is creating. So all I'm saying, that's all. Like it's the butterfly effect, which is why I only kill caterpillars. No caterpillars, no butterflies, no effect. I think I'm also way too shy to give someone CPR. Especially now, especially nowadays, because it wouldn't be so easy to do. Like, first of all, it would be like so different. It'd be like, okay, I'm going to save your life, but I'm going to need to ask you, and I need to answer you to answer a few questions. Number one, How do you identify as a person? 2, what pronoun should I refer to you as? 3, do I have your permission to administer any techniques that might be interpreted or misconstrued as sexual? 4, do you know your blood type? All right. Like, not take all the safety precautions. Otherwise, I might get like hashtag canceled CPR. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got. Thank you. Anybody have any feedback they'd like to give?
I like the way you ended it off, the CPR bit. Was pretty creative. I feel like you could have, like, the first thing I thought of is like, I feel awkward. That's kind of why I liked it, is you opened it up pretty funny. Like, I feel awkward to give CPR, so you can maybe say something like, I'll give you CPR, but at least take me out to dinner first. But for some reason, they never respond when I tell them that, or something like that.
There's a Hamlet joke there too, by the way, with the dinner. Just thank you.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's all the feedback I had. That's why I kind of went first, but it was good. I liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the idea of having 3 lives, but it would have been fun to sort of explore what those 3 lives you would have had. That's sort of a neat sort of thing.
I couldn't think of anything. I was too heat burnt.
What a second life wouldn't be sunburnt, I guess.
Or like a first life with a vaccine, a second life without the vaccine.
Yeah.
I like that you had structure. I mean, it seemed very organized to me, and that was like, for some reason, it gave me peace. I mean, I love the comedy. I love that CPR stuff. That was so funny too. But it was just nice because I got a sense that you had a beginning and a middle and an end. Maybe I felt peaceful because I can't do that myself, right. But I like that.
Oh, thank you. It's actually, I struggle with, like, I always do well with beginnings and middles, but I always struggle with ends. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, my turn?
Yeah, sure, Darren.
Oh, okay. At me, as a deaf person, I have hearing aid on, and I can hear how you control your tone, and you're really into talking, and you're really having fun, and I really like that. So that really get my attention, and I really enjoy watching what you were doing. So that was awesome. I really like that.
Oh, thank you. You guys are making me blush. Gotta buy me dinner soon, guys. I don't want to be that flattering to me. Oh, bad joke.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to be mean on purpose, so.
That's the best way. It's not a bad thing, Darren. It's not a bad thing.
I think I'm in love.
Aw, we can be a matchmaking comedy show. Okay. Okay, the next comic coming up. We got Ahmed. Give me a second. You had, I believe it was Symbols, right?
Yep.
Okay, give me a second. It's hard to produce in house, guys.
There we go.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. And just letting you know, I'm following in your footsteps, Scott, because I did these material like about 25 minutes ago, like right before I got on the thing. So bear with me. Hopefully I'll make the 3 minutes. But yeah, my topic was symbols, and I never understood who made symbols, Like, I know that the olive branch is a symbol for peace. I actually researched that. Like, some countries would offer an olive branch to their enemies when they want to de-escalate high tension situations. Like, hey, sorry we torched your town, so here's a tree that grows sour dates as a symbol of our peace. And actually that's where the term extending an olive branch came from, which is kind of like, interesting fact. So it's also kind of contradictory, considering that Palestine and Israel are the most notable places that grow olive trees. I mean, that's like having a cactus. Like, that's like, for the symbol of hydration, that's like having a cactus symbol for hydration. Or like, for example, to represent domestic violence awareness, you just have a picture of Ray Rice's mugshot, you know. Even the peace symbol didn't make sense to me. Like a dove with a leaf, a dove, basically the pigeon sibling, which is basically the type of bird that shits on your car and for fun and makes you want to murder everyone you see in traffic. And actually, sometimes the peace symbol is the circle with the 3 lines, you know, the 1960s peace symbol. I don't feel like that signifies peace either. Like, to me, that peace symbol just looks like a Mercedes logo with Down syndrome. You know? I actually love car logos. Like, I just like figuring out who came up with that. I do feel like some car companies have given more thought into logos compared to other car companies. You know, like a Jaguar symbol is a pouncing jaguar. You know, the Ferrari is like a cool looking horse. I feel like the Audi's design team was just like, just draw a bunch of circles up there. And even the dollar symbol didn't make sense to me. Like an S with 2 lines isn't a symbol for money. Like for me, that's the symbol of threesome sex with 2 straight people and a gay person, you know? Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Sorry. I probably barely made like a minute.
Oh no, you matched me.
Awesome.
Good. Holy crap! So I love jokes that have research involved, like education, like teaching us tips. I meant to say, but I love the knowledge management. I feel like there's a lot more you can do. Like why that specific branch? You kind of made a joke about but I feel like there's more like what other branches are used for symbols. Like I just think that's a funny concept. Like
it was
poison
the
ivy
weird.
is
Well, the weird thing is I just searched up the term extending an olive branch because I was just curious, like, what does that mean? And that's what came up. But yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think there's just a lot you can do with that. I love the examples you given. Like that's like this with the Ray Rice. I wrote down dove is a symbol for piece of shit.
Yeah, I should write that down. Actually, that's pretty good.
When you made the reference about the circles for the Audi or whatever, I feel like that's also the Olympic
Audi
symbol. Yeah, the Audi. That's the Olympic symbol as well.
No,
no, I never thought of that.
It's 4 circles in a row, right?
Yeah. It's like the guy.
It's not 5.
It's like a guy with the spider graph made the Olympic symbol.
Okay.
But that's all I got. Good stuff, man.
Thanks, man.
I love the Palestine and Israel thing of olive branch. That was a classic. I think you've really got to work with that one. And I love the other examples you used that were this is like sort of thing. And I think that's one you've got to use in your set. I loved it. That's all I had. Sorry.
Well, that's
thanks.
Awesome.
I love that too. The Palestine and Israel, and I didn't know olives were sour dates, but it makes sense. It made my
They're not.
And the pigeon stuff, I love it.
Yeah,
I love the pigeon stuff. That's so cute.
Thanks.
Oh, okay, my turn. I'm probably thinking like everybody else, like it's probably true that they just flew a circle just for the fun of it, and hopefully it'll get customer attention. So, I mean, it is a good car, so they probably just put circle on it and then be done with it. So, yeah. I think that's a straight to the fact story. Thank you. Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Playing off of that, though, I'm surprised they just make like a symbol with like a circle and just like a pair of boobs or something. Because you know how like guys, I try to do like you're talking with the whole like that symbol. I can't remember what you were saying, but like 2 straight people having sex with a gay person, something like that.
Oh yeah. The dollar sign symbol where it's just like an S with 2 lines. So to me, it just made sense. It was like 1 squiggly line and 2 straight lines. So That's
a
why.
great,
That's why I thought of that.
that's a great euphemism, I want to say. Good job. All right, so
Thanks, guys.
Wardy, hang on, I'm gonna adjust. So I gave him a harder topic, and I feel bad now. But he's,
You should.
anybody in Canada will appreciate this. So, so whenever you're ready, Wardy, let me know and do your best, buddy. Whatever
Thanks.
you got.
My topic, as you can see, is Sum 41. And when Scott sent this to me, I thought, Sum 41 what? And then I realized he'd spelled Sum S-U-M. I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to have to do math jokes. Because math jokes are the cheesiest jokes ever. Math teachers should never be allowed to be stand-up comedians. I'm just saying. But a Google search, though, pointed out to me that Sum 41 is actually a band, a Canadian band based out of Ajax, Ontario. And now, writing jokes about them, I found really quite hard, because while it's really easy to write jokes about Nickelback, right? And one really should. Sum 41 is actually quite good, and they do have, but they do have a bit of an identity crisis, right? Because they're variously described as playing punk rock, pop punk, skate punk, alt metal, melodic hardcore, punk metal, hard rock, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on, right? I think the only music that they're not said to be played is Albanian folk music and Christian punk. Christian punk. Now, talk about a contradiction in terms. Can you imagine what that's like? Angry subservience. Yeah. My Lord. Yeah. Jesus is my savior. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. Real punk has anarchist and or Marxist leanings, and thankfully Sum 41, to their credit, fits in there. And real punk does not bow down to some sort of mythical being. Punk is rebellion. Christianity is obedience, you know. But that said, Sum 41's music is not something you want to play at a wedding as the bride walks down the aisle, right? Punk is not a good vibe for those sort of occasions. And their lyrics are even more inappropriate given their titles, like In Too Deep, Arsehole, Does This Look Infected? Those are three separate songs, actually. Three separate songs, right? And especially Over My Head, Better Off Dead. But Sum 41 is not the only band's music I would not play at a wedding. No matter what genre, you might love the song, but be very careful about the words. So, for example, you might be seriously into, you might be a huge Rolling Stones fan, but don't choose for the bride, You Can't Always Get What You Want, okay? And if you're into country, and God knows why, but virtually every song is inappropriate. And the most inappropriate country song, I would argue, is Paul Overstreet's song, She Just Loves Me for My Willie. Now, admittedly, even though he only meant his Willie Nelson CD collection, the words are clearly inappropriate, okay? And even worse would be U2's song, I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. But choosing the wrong music is just one of the potential pitfalls for weddings. One big pitfall is those long, boring, drunken, inappropriate speeches from some sleazebag uncle going and then she put her hand into her diaper and painted all over the wall with her poo. Now, whether he's talking about grandma dipping into her Depends or the bride as a baby, you don't want to hear that at a wedding. So please, if you get married, choose very wisely your music and whom you ask to give a speech. Thanks, folks.
Wow. Great job, Wardy. He did 5 minutes. Also, the sum of Sum 41 songs.
What's that? Sorry.
So you did 5 minutes. Also, the sum of Sum 41 songs. That was really good. Good job. You're talking about like you made your math joke at the beginning. Like I don't know math jokes. I put down meth jokes. If we're talking about Sum 41, heyo. I didn't write down the heyo part. That was improv. Yeah. I put down something. We're saying Sum 41 is a Canadian band, which is a recording artist, American. That's I love making conversion jokes. I can't help it. Sum 41 because they play some of everything.
That would have been good. Yeah.
Canada is way too nice to be punk. And then I wrote down like a really bad wordplay joke. If you play Sum 41 at a wedding, you may be in too deep and get a fat lip. Asking the nurse, does this look infected?
But people have to know Sum 41 well to get to know those songs. Those titles.
And to top up how good of a job you did, this is a comment on Twitch. We'll never be able to talk about Sum 41 for 5 minutes. So once again, Wardy, good job. Good job.
Great.
I'm very impressed. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'll be way too deep. Sorry, I'll stop making the joke. All right. Anybody else with feedback?
My feedback was basically that comment is I loved your transition into the wedding songs and just how you carried that through and how you showed that you shouldn't have this kind of music at your wedding. You shouldn't have this kind of music in your wedding. I feel like you can easily expand on that so much.
Oh yeah. So many.
I feel like, I never thought of, just saying, I don't know why this made me chuckle, but you said, if you like country music and God knows why, I feel like that was just like perfectly delivered.
Sounds like a country song.
I forgot which one it was. Crap. I'm missing it. The joke about how she only loves me for my Willie. I feel like that was great. And you can expand on it in so many ways. Like, end it with, so don't play any of those songs at your wedding. Just stick to, hardcore gangster hip hop or something like that, But yeah, that's all I got. It was really good.
Thanks.
To play off quickly before I let everybody else do the feedback, sorry. Just play off Ahmed. It'd be funny to do this like not in a wedding, but maybe at your funeral. You play certain songs. Anyone bites the dust. Sorry, Dr. Ellen, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I love that though. I mean, that's whole. Clever. I love the wedding songs too, and I would really, especially love your next set on this topic, songs to play or not play at a funeral.
That's great. Yeah.
You could go right into that from the wedding.
Yeah, that's great.
I love those. But did they really have a song called "Does This Look Infected"?
Oh yeah, they do. It's an album.
The album, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the name
of the whole album.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
I must buy that album. I love that.
I had that album. That's why.
And you really should listen to "She Only Loves Me for My Willie" by Paul Overstreet. It's very funny.
I love that song though. I don't think that would be bad to play at a wedding. No, I mean, so what? If he's got a great Willie, I mean, why not?
I think it'd be really hilarious to play at a wedding, but I would certainly play that at my wedding if I ever got married again.
Way better than the chicken dance.
What's that?
Way better than the chicken dance.
Yeah. Actually, today is National Chicken Dance Day. No, it's May 14th is a national day for dancing like a chicken.
Really?
Seriously. check it up. May 14th is National Chicken Dance Day or something.
So running around with your head cut off is a thing that you
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
Day for everything now.
Yeah. Darren, do you have anything to add?
It's amazing how you talk about Sum 41 for 5 minutes. That is true. When I saw that title, I was like, holy crap! You gonna talk about that for 5 minutes? How am I gonna talk about it? But you did amazing. Like, you carry on for 5 minutes. It sounds like you're a professional broadcaster. So that is awesome. Like, I can't complain.
Thanks a lot.
Good job. I think Sum 41's got a new fan. That's what I think. All right. Great job, Orty. Let's put to Dr. Ellen, who I believe you had elements, right?
I did. I had elements.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, you let me know.
I am ready. So, wow, elements are amazing. I mean, the first thing I thought about is there's so many of them, a whole scientific chart of elements, and you could make anything you want. And then I thought, well, then I had to go to Google because I was so stuck about feeling bad about my career in science or chemistry maybe, that I looked on Google. And Google, thank God for Google, although I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, okay? But so Google showed you there are elements and then there are aspects. So then the next thing is, you can create elements on your own. I especially like that by dissecting things. You can cut them apart and create your very own elements that may or may not come back to a whole. I like that very much. And then I thought of elements of my life. There are many elements. There are many aspects. There's the senior citizen element. Yes. The senior citizen element, subtext, glad I'm not dead yet, but some days I don't know. The other senior citizen element aspect of it, this is very cool. Being a senior citizen didn't feel like I thought it was going to. Yeah, I thought I'd be dead. I thought I'd be much more fucked up than I am on the outside. I mean, I'm way fucked up on the inside. But senior citizen, I mean, the cool thing is I didn't have actually this much planned for this time in my life. So I had nothing planned for this time in my life. So it's good because you can be creative. I can do things like stand up. It's very cool. Then another element of my life. Well, what else? Oh, I'm in between husbands. Not my husbands either. But so in between husbands, I mean, you have to do online dating. I mean, if you really want to meet somebody, and sometimes I do. Most of the time, I don't know if I do or not. But, online dating is difficult. You know why it's difficult? Because they send me guys my age. You know what that means? Most of them are dead. Unless you have a thing for necrophilia, it's just really bad. But I'll tell you, some of my dates were movie stars. Well, not movie, TV. Okay. You saw them on CNN. Do you watch CNN? They sent me guys that were at the insurrection. I don't know. I mean, I have to draw the line at 2 chins, frankly, and all those whiskers in weird places. Ugh. Anyway, but I am straight. It may not sound like it. So what else can I tell you? Oh, okay. So the other element of life, I'm an ER doctor. I like being an ER doctor. I can't stand to be bored. It's wonderful. What do I hate most? Sometimes the other doctors. Haha. I think that if this element of medicine, the element of medicine where it's kind of, what's the word? Oh, selfish. Okay, selfish. I don't think selfishness belongs in medicine. And the idea that we do it for money, it just annoys the shit out of me. We get paid anyway. So there. And I totally lost my place again because of ADD. And the question I asked you, talking about the elements of physical illness and the elements of age, and I don't think that my getting lost in my own conversation is because of age. I think it's the ADD. The question is, should one take one's ADD medicine before doing comedy?
Oh, good job,
was
Dr.
great.
Allen.
That's great.
I wrote some things that made me giggle, and please use them if you like them, and don't be offended if you don't. So first of all, I wrote a little one-liner where it's like a table of elements is the one place you won't find at IKEA. And then I wrote because you mentioned like a senior elements, and I literally wrote like ideas for a senior periodic table. So I wrote what was it? CDI, which is senior discount. But mall wall, which is mall walkers. I put down MLK, which is Matlock. Like, I feel like there's a lot you can do with like the stereotypical senior stuff. I put down Wirtz, which is Werther's. So I feel like there's a lot you can build on with a periodic table of elements for seniors. I think that's a really funny something to play with.
You could play with, you could create your own table. I love that.
Yeah, I think it's a really
or
fun
screwed
concept.
up body parts, table.
Yeah,
whatever.
just basically like anything that's senior related that you can kind of like gravitate or connect to, and then like make it a
create your own, make your own. I love comedy for that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, for sure. I was just focused on that the whole time. So but good stuff though. Good stuff.
The thing that stood out for me was mainly your style, like more like a ranting style, which works perfectly with the type of comedy that you're doing. God damn it, what was the joke?
That's a wonderful
necrophilia
thing
joke?
to hear. That's awesome.
Yeah, the like, well, I feel like, a lot of different people have different styles of comedy, and I'm still figuring out mine, but I feel like yours works perfectly with your material, and the ranting way that you give it out is like spot on, the delivery, the presentation. But in terms of the joke, I'm trying to think of that joke, the necrophilia joke, I think it was. Like that was amazing. But I feel like you can get extremely creative with that. Like, I didn't even know they had a necrophilia filter for, your preferences on Tinder or something like
Oh,
that.
I love that.
Or something like,
Necrophilia dating app.
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm
necrophilia.
throwing that right in. Oh my God.
Tin necrophilia, maybe like make a name for it or something like that. Or
Like you said, I didn't put that filter on, and
yeah. Or say something like, unless necrophilia is your thing, then don't get into it. And sure, just because it's my thing doesn't have to make it's your thing, something like that. Like sort of show, like tell people that maybe I'm into that, but whatever, it's not about me kind of thing.
yeah.
But yeah, no, that joke was perfect. I feel like it was golden. There's so many like different ways you can go with it. And again, it works perfectly with your style. So I loved it.
Thank you.
Now, that part was the one that really got me. I just absolutely loved it. Sending me guys my age, and most of them are dead. I thought that was such a classic line. It was so good, and it's, as Ahmed said, you can really develop that more. I didn't have any bright ideas like he had, but I think you can build a lot around that one. That is so good. I enjoyed that. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
For me, I really don't know where to begin because Element, that sounds like a hard title to talk about, but you really did put an effort into talking about it, and that's true. It is funny when you were mentioning about your dating and some of these guys are already dead. So I was like, oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of funny. So yeah, you put into a great effort into this title. So awesome.
Thanks, Darren. Thanks.
Talk about deadpan humor. Okay.
You can put that in. That would work in there
Yeah.
too.
Here's a comment from the same person. The app can show you which cemetery to go to pick up your date to.
Oh wow.
That's a lot you can do if you're comfortable not to go that direction. But there's a
Yeah,
lot
it
you can
depends
do.
Oh,
on
yeah.
how far you want to go with that joke, because it can go pretty dark. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, like you said, like there's so many avenues, and like that comment said, like there's just so many avenues that you can go with this. So
I also feel she can get away with it because, with all due respect, she's a little older. So you know what I mean? Like, no, but like if I said something like that, I would be like, "Oh, who's this asshole?" And then someone comes by who's a little more, fine wined. I don't know. How's the best one to say it? Fine wined.
I feel like
I don't-
someone in our, like, if I said it or if Scott said it, it would just
Yeah.
come off as a creepy thing. But
Yeah.
with like, yeah, it just worked perfectly with your style. Honestly,
There's a
I didn't know,
humility
like,
towards it.
I didn't know that. I thought the Dr. Ellen was like, doctor of comedy or something like that. I actually didn't know that that was your profession too.
Yeah, she's a nice version of House. I don't know why I said House. Okay, but thank you so much, Dr. Ellen. Good job.
Thanks, guys,
Good
and thanks,
feedback.
Scott.
Good feedback, everybody except Scott.
Yours was great.
Okay, thank you. So, Darren, first timer, which we're really happy to have you on. Thank you for joining in. Your topic was blood money. This is a dark topic type show at this moment right now. Whenever you're ready, you let me know and I'll put the timer on. Okay, Darren?
All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thanks you giving me a chance here. So I'm going to teach you guys this title. I know what you're thinking. Holy shit, Chameleon gonna teach us something? The world gonna come to an end. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything bad. So I'm gonna teach you the legal way of getting blood money. Legal. Let's say you walk down to a neighborhood. Make sure it is a good neighborhood, and there are production people walking around. And make sure you have ketchup that you get from fast food joint in your pocket. So make sure they're not looking at you when you grab them. Open it up, put it on your arm, make it look like you're bleeding, and then put your hand on it, scream your head out. Hey, people over there, I need help. I need napkin. I'm bleeding. So when these people care about you, they'll come running, give you a napkin, and they put it on. And they say, oh my God, thank you. I'm so bleeding. I'm bleeding. Then you take it off. You realize that is money you got in your hand. It's not a napkin. And you say to your people that help you, you just gave me money and it got covered in blood. You want it back? They'll tell you, no, I don't want your blood money. You can keep it. So now you got yourself a free money covered in blood. You just have to go home and wipe it off. That you can get blood money without being a mafia or assassin. You don't have to worry about that. You just worry about getting that and walk away. Make sure you don't get caught. Yeah, so, and that's the best I can come up with, blood money, the legal way. So hopefully you don't really use it for real, thank God. Thank you.
I enjoyed that. I can only think
was
of one
great.
thing. I can only think of one thing to add. I think it'd be really funny if you cut yourself trying to open up a ketchup packet because they're sharp, and I'm like, it is freaking possible. So I think there might be a joke there with the whole actually you're cutting yourself trying to be a fake blood. But yeah, that's all I got. Good stuff, man.
I didn't think about that. That's good.
I loved the way you opened it up. Is no pun intended, but I love the way that you said. How did you start it by saying, "I'll show you the legal way of making blood money"? Like that was a perfect introduction to the joke. And honestly, I thought that was just a joke, but then the fact that you explained how to legally do it, technically, that made it even better. So yeah, it was great. It was great. There's so many. I can't think of any ways, because like Scott said, like this is such a dark topic, but
It
was
is, it
just
is.
the way you brought it up. It showed that you can go so many ways with it. If I ever think of something, I'll let you know. But yeah, I loved it. It was great.
It was so innocent. I adored it. I adored it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really hard topic, and I love the way you started it. Just like Ahmed said, they're starting off with the finding a way to do it legally. I think that was very clever. I wouldn't know what to have done with that topic.
Yeah.
It's really a tough one. I'm glad you actually managed to come up with something. I'm impressed.
Right, thank you.
I love your persona. I love how positive and energetic you are, and I love that you're what do I want to say? You don't have any airs about you. You're just open for the audience, and I like that so much. I had an idea for where it might go too, is that like, especially since you're so unassuming, they're like, oh my God, when they realize it wasn't real blood, then they all get, I think when they realize it wasn't real blood, they could be taken you to the hospital. They could have called the ambulance for one thing and realized, no, this guy needs to go in a nut house because it was only ketchup. I mean, and you could be silly about it because it's like, no, I really thought it was blood. So, but I like that, and I'm enjoying so much about comedy in when you find your like Irma was noticing too, but when you find your place, whatever your vibe is, it's so much just a more comfortable place to do comedy from, because it's like what things are going to work for you. I don't know if that makes sense, but I really loved it, and I love watching you too.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great feedback. We also got a comment. I'm really enjoying Grow Canvas Grow because it's a very positive fan on Twitch, giving us good feedback themselves. Excuse me. Do you do voice acting? I can totally picture as a character on Bob's Burgers or Rick and Morty. LOL. Great first set. Yeah.
Totally.
Never thought of it, but yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, that is one of a kind. That voice. That's great.
We just recently been doing Twitch, adding Twitch to the stream, and sometimes we get like derogatory comments. So this is a nice breath of fresh air. So thank you, Grow Canvas Grow. Really appreciate that. And yeah, we'll do as this is actually I got to add. It's our own. We don't have a sponsor or anything, but we have shows on Monday that I'm going to promote right now with this video clip, and then we'll do a second round of jokes, which I call Dealer's Choice, where we pick the material we want to do. And yeah, but we'll be right back after this short break. I sound like such a douche. Okay, here we go.
This is The Workshop, and welcome to Turbo Comedy, where 8 comedians from the workshop compete to see who can write the best short set in a short time. We then vote to send our favorite comedian to the final round. Comedians will have to work quickly to put together comedy bits, as each comedian only has 1 hour to write about a randomly assigned topic. They then have to perform their 3-minute set for the group. Once everyone's performed, we'll all vote online for our favorite comic. At the end of the tournament, we'll crown a winner, and whoever has the most votes will win a whopping $20. Get ready, it's time for Turbo Comedy.
And that is a fun show. It's every Monday. Well, it's for the first 4 Mondays. So the second one is this Monday. Team Mondays. Damn it, hang on, let me do math. It's Team Mondays after the Monday coming up at 8 p.m. EST. I host that. It's a fun time. And yeah, that's going to be a good time. Thank you, Jester, for the video. That's a very sweet and slick video. I thought of the title, so we all helped. So with that being said, we'll go back to the second part, and I'll just put myself on. I didn't really I knew I was hosting, but I didn't know what to prepare for the second set. I kind of haven't written in a while, but I do have a catalog of material from the beforehand. So I'm just want to go through some material I wrote probably a couple years ago that I didn't get to do that I kind of wanted to see how it goes now. So it might be dated. What's the deal with Bill Clinton? No, kidding. Okay, so I'll start the timer. So I never even considered that I might have a problem with sex until I thought about my childhood, and I remembered that I was exposed to pornography as early as 5 or 6 years old. Like my parents didn't force it on me or anything. Just my dad had satellite and thought that was cheaper than hiring a babysitter. Like my earliest pornographic memory was 2 attractive women in a lesbian scene who were playing the role of construction workers, which is such a stereotype because not all lesbians are attractive, and so anyway, I remember that there are 2 female construction workers, and I could tell because they were both wearing hard hats and steel camel toes, and and one was bent over, and the other was standing behind her wearing a standard regulation strap on. I assume she was a foreman. She was hammering her employee, which is quite insistently, which is such a great metaphor for the real world. And I think to see how it ended because I had to change the channel after the foreman grabbed one of the pylons. My dad walked in, and that's when the seeds were planted. I wish I could tell you something cooler, like I was bitten by a radioactive nympho, and that's when my parents stopped hiring babysitters. But no, just a freak accident, just years of wear and tear, right? Like I knew I had a bit of a problem when I started to sell my body in order to pay for sex. But gradually, my reality of what sex is supposed to be became more and more warped as I got older, right? Like porn has made sex very hard for me, and that's a double entendre. But logically, I know it's not real. I know it's fake. I know it's edited. I know there is makeup, lighting, a sound engineer, and a splash guard. All right, but my penis, though, not so much, right? Like it's such an odd dynamic because to my core, to my very inner soul, I have a very low self-esteem and an abundance of physical insecurities as a result of all the shaming and insults I grew up enduring, right? But my penis, cockiest motherfucker you'll ever meet. Okay, it's almost like we could be our own buddy cop movie, Scott Porteous is always coming up short. Stop! You're under arrest, please. Scott's penis is too tough on crime. Hope you're hungry, punk, because you're about to eat the pavement. But one day, look, Scotch penis, you're a good cop, but your ruthless ways are giving us a lot of bad press. I'm partnering you up. What? That's bullshit, sir. I'm sorry, Scotch penis, but the mayor is on my ass about this. Can these 2 opposites work well together? Hi, Scott's penis. I'm looking forward to being your partner. Let's get something straight, pussy. Just stay out of my way. They may not agree on some things. What do you mean you let her hold on to them? Well, that's from a joke before. But they'll always have each other's back. That's a nice haircut. Thanks. So is yours. This fall, get ready to be served hard time in Good Cop, Bad Cock. I think I'll end there, actually.
I want to see that movie.
Live, that's a hard joke to sell live. So I have to memorize everything, and I read it obviously, but yeah.
If you do make that movie, you should call it Good Cock Hard or Good Cock Bad Cock. I was gonna say Good Cock Hard Cock.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. I loved that bit specifically. Good cock, bad cock. Yeah. Or I just love the idea that your brain and your dick are just not on the same wavelength. Like you did expand on it a lot. I felt like the first thing that came in my mind was like something like, my brain is so analytical. My brain is so like reluctant and it understands every ugly part of that industry. While my dick is like, get the lotion, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. But it was great. I loved it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just weird because like I'm not. I shouldn't be shallow. Like I don't mean to be, but I fucking am because of porn. So that's what I kind of talk about.
Everyone is, man.
That's what I'm trying to go with that. But yeah, thanks.
Everyone is, man.
That was great. I had a hard time keeping up with you because there was so many one-liners, and the steel camel toe, sell my body to pay for sex, and so on and so on. It was just going and going and going. I was going, whoa, this is slow down. It was really clever, really clever. I don't have anything to add because I think there was way more than I could think of. It was excellent.
Thanks. I'm spending some time on that one.
Oh, I loved it. It was so cute, and how you dealt with. Sorry, that's not a good thing to tell Manny's cute, but that the way that you related to porn, and I mean, I think it could be it's incredibly educational, for a female, because you made it safe to
Right.
know what's going on inside of a guy's head, oh my God, I like that a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, my turn? I don't really have much feedback, but I like how you are open and be funny about it, and you got a lot of jokes going all at once. I was like, holy crap, is this guy professional or what? I can't keep up. It's like, yeah, how you connect with pornography, and you got your penis issue going on, and you can hire a babysitter cheaper. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know you can do all that, but great, yeah.
Oh, I love your innocence so much. You are a delight to have on here, Darren. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this comment here for Grow Canvas Grow. Scott's favorite, because in case this could be a podcast, I'm going to read it. Scott's favorite classic film is Casablanca. Scott's penis classic film is Lesbian Construction Film. We have fun. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for the great feedback. That was a lot of fun. And now I'm going to pass the floor to Ahmed. Whenever you're ready, let me know, and the timer will start.
Cool. I'm ready. So, hey guys, my name is Ahmed. I moved to Hamilton a while back, or as everyone calls it, the Canadian Detroit. A lot of people like to make fun of Detroit, but I'm from Hamilton. I'm just happy not to be standing on homeless man pee when I'm not there, Hamilton is basically just a turd that Canada hasn't flushed yet, Have I touched the 5 minutes yet? No? Thought that was going to cover it. Okay. So as you guys can tell, I don't really know how to start shows particularly. Like, I don't look or sound, I don't really sound or dress the way I look, if that makes any sense, Like, I dress like I found some homeless person's clothes. I sound like a gay real estate agent, and I look like I shouldn't be permitted within 25 feet of a school zone, I just got a friend who was recruited by ISIS, which is fucking crazy. Mostly because I didn't know that they recruited Mexicans. And I mean, I've been trying to get recruited. Like, it's just, they wouldn't accept my fucking Facebook request. I don't know why. Plus, do you know how hard it is to make it as a career in ISIS with a name like Julio Muhammad? Okay, at this point, I'm going to try to do some dad jokes for you guys, so just bear with me. So I saw a kidnapping today. Afterwards, I went over and I woke him up. And I hate how people use, like, weird sayings. Like, in Britain, they say stuff like, don't stroke my mouse hair, which is like, don't call me a liar or something. I feel like we should change that and make it more Americanized, like something like, don't jerk my cocktail or something like that. There's a lot of words that I just didn't know what they meant. Like, I was reading about transparency recently. It was something that I found on Google, and like, I didn't know what that meant. I just thought that meant having different parents from the ones that you were born with. And honestly, like, I don't think that anyone else knows what it means, you know? Like, yesterday, my girlfriend told me that I'm a very transparent human being. But just this morning, my wife told me that she can see straight through my bullshit. And I was like, yeah, I'm a transparent human being. I was like, that's what transparent human beings do, you know? I actually recently took a personality test, and it said that I was exhibiting major vibes of extroversion. I also didn't know what that meant. I thought they were just making fun of the fact that I never got laid. And I actually, like, recently I've been staying at hotels a lot, and I hate hotel housekeeping. Like, I hate how housekeeping doesn't care if I answer the if I answer the door in an untied robe. You know, as long as I don't get in their business, I'm all good, you know. But as soon as I'm in an untied robe in the lobby, all of a sudden it's public nudity or whatever. I also, there's a lot of things that I just don't agree with. Like, I feel like the PC culture should be replaced with the PP culture. Not anything against the movement itself. I agree with that. But I feel like, you know, people there aren't really being politically correct. They're more being politically polite, you know? And also, I feel like it'll be a more effective way in sniffing out pedophiles. Hang on. And like I said, when I moved to Canada, I mean, there was a lot of terms that I didn't understand. Like, we don't have snow over there, and I always hear the term freezing rain on the radio. I didn't know what that meant. I thought that was just a fancy way of saying it's going to snow tomorrow. And there's a lot of new things that I didn't really understand, like new car scent. Like, now I understand what it means, but I feel like we should move that into other forms, you know, like maybe a new candle scented candle, or maybe like a new penis flavored condom. I feel like that would sell really well with middle-aged men. They would eat that shit up. And I actually recently went on a safari, and the guide was like, if we see a big animal like a bear or something, make yourself look big. That's all you got to do. And I always remember thinking, well, that only works if you're not small. I mean, if you're already big, it's seemingly effortless. But if you're small, it's pretty much impossible. I'm probably just saying that just because I'm 5'4". But when I grow up, I want to be cool like Denzel Washington. Like, I feel like whatever he says sounds cool. You know, like, you can tell him the most basic question, like, what do you think about the troops today? And he would say something like, only God can tell a man who serves from a man who's a servant. And you'd be like, I don't know what the fuck he just said, but I agree with that. I never even understood how, like, basic, you know, household items are used. Like, why do we hang our car keys by the front door? You know, like, we might as well be telling the intruder, hey, if you ransack my house, you'll at least need a getaway car. Also, like, I feel like, you know, when I left the house, I had a court case. I feel like judges are so stupid, man. Like, why are they the ones that get to decide shit? You know, just because you have a graduation gown and a wooden hammer, I'm supposed to respect you. Anyway, that was my defense statement in trial. Judge didn't like that. And I feel like the best way to stop people doing things or tell people to do things is to tell them that if they do it, they'll get pussy. I mean, just look at the 72 virgins. Those people are flying planes into buildings because of some, like, idea that maybe after they die, they'll get to have sex with 72 people, you know? And there's I feel like there's a lot of different types of shaming and a lot of different forms of, like, you know, political correctness, but there's no such thing as bald shaming, which is pretty strange, you know? So I feel like whenever I go bald and someone points out that I'm bald, I'm just going to pretend that it's the first time I'm hearing about it. Like, what are you talking about? What the hell? So I think I actually, I'll end it right here. This is just a statement that I thought about like 10 minutes before we started this. It's not even a joke, it's more of a statement. Music festivals and KKK rallies are the only places where you can scream out the N-word and no one will care. Thanks, guys.
Oh man. Oh wow. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to address that joke right there because I feel like what music, like hippie music festivals or like rap music festivals.
No, like rap music. Like you can if you go to a Kanye West concert, bro. Like
Yeah.
you can anyone can scream, and it's like literally a sea of people
'Cause
from
I was-
all races.
Because if you say music festival, I was picturing like Florence and the Machine and stuff like that. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure that was because I think a hippie music festival. To be fair,
That
But
could
that's a
work.
really-
Yeah.
that's a very funny premise. I wrote a lot. So you said Hamilton is Canadian Detroit. I feel like it's one of those jokes where you can kind of like who does Hamilton make fun of? Like what's like, for example, like I know Thunder Bay is, but whatever. But I don't know who's Hamilton's. Like-
Maybe Oshawa or
Okay, so-
Kitchener.
I feel like it's one of those jokes where it's like this may be this, but Oshawa is Canada's kid they hide under the stairs. You know what I mean? Like one of those.
Yeah, yeah. Make it even
Um,
worse.
The way you're talking about ISIS recruiting, like I know it wasn't, but it sounded like ISIS was a university. Uh, And
They
then
haven't accepted my application yet, or something
yeah, and then
like
you said
that.
something about like Facebook, like you said on Facebook, and they didn't respond. But fuck, even Tom's in ISIS. Like
Yeah.
MySpace Tom.
Yeah, I like that one. I'll actually write that down.
I love your transparent joke. It's really funny.
Yep.
This one I wrote. It's not. I didn't like phrase it properly, but just the premise of it. So basically, you're talking about how you did a personality test. And I don't know how you want to like. This isn't obviously something you never said. You just said that premise, but like, I thought it'd be a cool idea to like, I was filling out a personality test and instead I whatever for narcissism or something like that. But the joke is you actually like you made the personality test that you're filling out. You know what I mean? Like, is that I don't know.
You
Like
kind
you-
of cut out. Actually, can you repeat that?
So like
I'll have to write that down.
something for narcissism, for example, or whatever. But like I don't know how to phrase it. Like you'll have to play with the wording. But the joke, the punch is the personality test you're filling out is the one you also made.
Okay, yeah,
Know what I
that,
mean?
that would be perfect. Yeah. Sort of like contradicting myself in a way.
Yeah, so I just don't know how that be phrased. I think I got two more
Yeah.
things to add. I feel like it'd be funny to see like Denzel should be that guy in the street handing out pamphlets telling you to like save yourself kind of thing, like because people would listen to him. If doomsday people would hire like smooth voice, like people with smooth voices, they might get like better or might recruit better more people, more followers for like oh, the world's gonna end, but like, hey everybody, the world's gonna end. Oh, this guy has a smooth voice, I want to listen to him.
Yeah.
And then this one's nerdy as fuck, but you're talking about the judges are stupid and all they have is a graduation cap and what was it? You said a hammer, and I put down
Yeah, graduation gown and a
Yeah.
wooden hammer.
I wrote down you're on the crown, not Asgard. I told you it was fucking nerdy.
I mean, I
But,
feel like those are only the Marvel fans would love those jokes, maybe.
Or if you said
'Cause
Thor,
I
it'd
think
probably be-
Asgard. Yeah,
you'd say
Thor.
Thor. Yeah. Quick thing before I bring it to everybody else for feedback. Darren had to go to help his family out with something. He was kind enough to ask this kid to leave, which totally was. So Darren, sorry to have missed you, but it was lovely to have you. So with that being said, Wardy or Dr. Allen?
Yeah, the transparent stuff was really good, and I think you could even expand that a bit. And I love the stuff in the hotel. When you talked about the 72 virgins, one thing that always struck me, and I don't know how you can make this funny, is who would want 72 virgins? Give me 2 middle-aged, really experienced women, and I'd be happy as a pig in shit. 72 virgins, nah. That's too much like hard work and not enough experience. It's a silly thing.
Right.
Right. Thanks. That's all I had. Yeah.
I like that there are a couple of different things. I like that I got visuals of stuff that you're doing, like that, that the judge thing. I like that a lot, to think about it and twist it another way, and that I could see I could see the courtroom, and that would be fun. You could like act it out. And the same thing too for the hotel, which, by the way, I've been in hotels lately. They're not coming to clean the room, but if I only knew. But I love that. I mean, you could totally do act outs with that stuff, and it would be fun. Because it's a not scary way to present it, and what else? And that's the most clear thing that my head can create.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Oh, but I thought you were very far away. I didn't realize that you were in Canada. I thought you were like super
Oh no,
far
no,
away.
I'm from Canada, but I'm not in Canada right now. Like right now, I'm in the Middle East. I came here in like January, and after I graduated from college, and yeah, I've been stuck here because of the whole pandemic thing, and it's hard to go back. But yeah, no, I'm originally from Hamilton, Ontario.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. Because I was like, wow, wait a minute. You're up in the middle of the night. And
All over the place, yeah.
In Hamilton, the time zone's totally different than most places in Canada.
Yeah. We
It's
just
already
like to
Saturday
do
in
our own
Hamilton.
thing. We just like to do our own thing.
It's already 2024 in Hamilton right now.
Yeah.
We have a comment once again from Grow Cannabis Grow, who I'm enjoying the feedback from. I can't think of a connection, but I feel like something with Hamilton being the Canadian Detroit and to connect that with Hamilton, my shot. Really good set. Any reference to the Hamilton the musical, I'm fucking down for. I love that musical.
oh my
Yeah.
God, I love that.
I know this is the workshop. I'm not going to go into it, but I could totally go into it if I could. Thank you so much for that. Good job again, Ahmed.
Thanks.
I am feeling so beat red. Okay, I want to do a quick little. Not this one's not really an ad, but I want to do an advertisement. If that's cool with you, Wardy. Before I bring you up,
Sure.
cool. Because I'm trying to plug the show I'm doing. Q&A. Where are we? Here we go. So we got a Q&A at the workshop. For Peter Gray, for comics who would want to know how to get into festivals or competitions or advice on submission videos. This man, he is the artistic director of the San Francisco International Comedy Competition, as well as the Seattle International Comedy Competition. He's been doing comedy for many, many years, been teaching workshops. The competitions he runs are probably, I would say, the best competitions in the world and most prestigious. They have, I can't name all the names, but I know like Robin Williams and I believe Howie Mandel is part of all these. Like these are major things. He is teaching a free workshop, a free Q&A, excuse me. It's on Wednesday at 2 p.m. PST. If you want to be a part of that, just give me a message at well, my name should show. It says out the Comedy Workshop. I run that too. So message me or this, and yeah, we'll put you on because this is going to be an amazing opportunity for comics to ask questions that they can't necessarily Google. Whew, okay. I'm getting. Remember when I sucked at this, guys? Remember when I was not good at the announcements? Now I'm like just boom, boom, boom. I'm a sellout. Let's do this. All right. Yeah, sorry, Marty. Whenever you're ready, you let me know, man, and timer will go on.
Okay. Now, one of the many changes under COVID has been that some doctors are taking appointments over the phone. Now, as an old retired fart, I have a lot of doctor's appointments, and I recently had my annual general checkup with my GP, and that went fairly well. The only awkward part was having to do my own rectal exam. My wife, for some reason, refused to help, but luckily I just trimmed my fingernails that morning, right? But my previous appointment with her pre-COVID was far more eventful, right? She insisted on sending me off for a cystoscopy. Now, folks, if anyone ever tells you you need to have a procedure that ends in scopy, it's not going to be fun. Someone is going to take a probe with a little camera on the end and stick it up, down, or through one of your orifices, right? Now, those of you who are not yet 50, let me tell you, you've got the fun 50 birthday present of a colonoscopy. And let me tell you, that feels like the doctor's taken a hamster, stuck in a little GoPro on its head, and stuck it up your exhaust, right? And more so, they want your colon to be squeaky clean, Okay, so what they do is they give you this extra strong laxative that you have to take the day before. I spent the entire day sitting on the loo spray painting. I was doing a fecal Jackson Pollock, right? I used up all the toilet paper in the place. But sorry, I'm getting off topic. Back to the cystoscopy. Now, cystoscopy is to check out your bladder. Now, you can imagine which orifice they had to do to get there. And it's the smallest orifice of them all, right? So anyway, I go into hospital and they put on this, I have to put on this lovely blue backless gown and get onto the examination table and put my feet up into the stirrups, which women are very familiar with, right? And then this nurse comes in and says she's going to come clean my nether regions. And talking of that area, I have on good authority that everyone in porn movies are bald down there. Now, I doubt that that's representative of the adult Canadian population, right? I think you maybe, if we're lucky, 20% of adults are bald. The vast majority of us are in various stages of trim, right? Some trimmed quite drastically, leaving just enough hair to frighten off a pedophile. And then you have the remaining 15%, right? Who just let it go feral. And their only attempt at keeping things tidy is tucking it back in under their underpants and their panties when it tries to escape. But I digress again. Sorry. And where was I? Oh yeah, the nurse. Now, what made this more awkward than it should have been, was my daughter is also a nurse in the same hospital, and this was a really good friend of hers. We pretended we didn't recognize each other. Then the doctor scoots over on one of those little wheelie chairs up to my crotch and tells me the probe is very thin. I won't feel anything. It's just going to bit of discomfort as it passes through the prostate and so on. He lied. It was thick as a bloody pencil, right? But anyway, all this to say, I then had to have an operation on my prostate and my bladder. Awkward procedure, but a wonderful side effect. Wonderful. A dry orgasm. No goo, no mess to clean up ever again. Now, I think this is something many women would appreciate, right? But for my wife and myself, what that's meant is that we now no longer squabble over who gets to sleep on the wet spot. And because someone didn't do her Kegels, right? And our household consumption of Kleenex has gone way down. Thank you very much, folks.
Good stuff, Wardy. I don't know. I wrote a couple of things. I didn't write too much. So I like the idea of the doctor calling. I don't know why you didn't say it, but I feel like there's a possibility for a premise of a doctor calling over the phone and have it like the same kind of context as a phone sex operator, with like asking you personal questions, but like it's like, yeah, so what are you wearing? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's like, but like say like technical stuff, like like you should be wearing only boxer shorts because it helps regulate your, you know what I mean? Like, say some like technical shit, but sound like a phone sex operator. That'd be a cool concept. When you're talking about like at one point you're talking about describing something going up your butt, right? So I thought that's a great opportunity to list stuff. Like there's a comic who I'm a fan of his writing, John Wing. He is notorious for writing lists. Like, boom, 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 boom. I can't give you examples, but like for examples, like, suck it up. So I'm paraphrasing. These are not sayings. I just want to try to say them for examples. So it's like, he put the straw up the thermos. He Richard geared it up the poop chute. Like just like 5 or 6 things just to help, kind of like build that energy. I think that's one of those jokes where you have that ability to like list like at least once, just to have like just kind of like build an energy a reservoir of energy, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's all I got.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like the delivery first of all, and just what joke was it? When you were first talking about, I had to do my own rectal exam. The first thing I thought of was like, you're doing it by yourself. And the main thing that I thought of, well, the first thing I thought of there was just, saying something like, and I don't know if you've ever experienced a rectal exam, like, non-sexually at least, but it's not a fun experience.
Yeah.
And
Every year.
and I don't like, honestly, I don't, there's not a lot that I know about, but I feel like the way you ended it off was hilarious. I actually didn't know that the whole dry orgasm thing. Fuck, I had a point for that, but I kind of lost it. If I remember it, it'll come back to me. But yeah, I just like the delivery mainly. It was really good.
Thanks.
I am still laughing about just enough hair to frighten off a pedophile. That's
Yeah, that
so
one was good.
beautiful and
I
so
missed that.
dry.
That's
Hilarious.
But speaking of dry, I thought that the side effect of the prostatectomy is not having an orgasm. So you've got like the most ideal side effect
great.
is that you have one and they're dry.
Yeah, I had a TURP, TURP,
Mm-hmm.
and it was to get rid of stones in my bladder.
Mm.
But I still have orgasms.
That's pretty cool because a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys don't.
Yeah. No, I practice a lot, should I say?
Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, me and Miss Palmer.
Why am I visualizing?
Now I don't have to do it in the shower. I've got many more options. Like although the lineup at Starbucks apparently wasn't one of them. But
That's got to be like the worst montage, by the way.
yeah. But
You're the best.
I just wasn't sure whether the pubic hair bit worked or not. I was just trying that for the first time, so I wasn't sure. Should I do that?
Play with that. Oh, totally. Because there's all kind of funny stuff about pubic hair.
Yeah, I know, but I just that little bit that I did, I wasn't sure about whether people really find that funny. But anyway, I wanted to try that out.
Just to expand on what you just said, like, because like now that you're having dry orgasms, you can do it wherever you want. That's something to put it in there as well. Like, although I don't think the people at Starbucks might have enjoyed it that much. Like that's a perfect thing to put in there, I feel like.
Yeah, no, I knew I only had 5 minutes, but I do have that when I do talk about that. I sort of talk about how I now have many more. The shower is no longer my go-to place, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I have many more options. Although the lineup at Starbucks wasn't one of them, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Or you can even say like, I just had one just 5 seconds ago. You know what I mean? Like, before me. You can say that because no one's gonna notice it. Yeah, amazing feedback.
Thanks.
And guess what? We have another comment. This is one of the more. Thank you so much, Joe Canvas Grow. Whoever you may be, we appreciate it. I can picture the last punchline being that you performed all these medical checks at home, not knowing that you accidentally did it on a live Twitch stream. LOL. Oh, that was too funny. That must have happened to somebody, I'm sure. Like, who doesn't understand like how the computer works and the camera is on. Oh, that'd be horrifying. All right, good stuff, Wardy. And to wrap it all up, we got Dr. Ellen from Chicago. I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry. Whenever you're ready with your time, whatever you want to work on, let me know.
This is so much fun. Thank you again. This is wonderful. So I can totally just pick up where you left off because that is what I do for a living. I mean, I'm not touch men's privates for a living, although I do. I'm an emergency room doctor. I am, and I love being an emergency room doctor. But you guys, you were talking about all kinds of stuff. What do you think is the hardest part about? And not whose part is hardest, but what's the hardest part about being an emergency room doctor? Well,
I wasn't sure you're asking her. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were asking her, and I didn't want to interrupt her set.
well, okay. It would be hard if the part was hard. I mean, if I have to go check it out, it is rather embarrassing if you go in there and someone does have a hard part. But as for the other hard parts, we have no pee breaks. Sometimes the hardest part is the other doctors when they're dicks, not because they own one, but when they are dicks. And sometimes the hardest part are the nurses. They're so cute sometimes. And you guys don't know this, but as another woman, I mean, when they're all younger than you and cuter than you. But I did what any sophisticated, well-educated female would do. And I got a shit ton of plastic surgery. And now I have many husbands, and none of them are mine. But I do like to be friends with the nurses. I do, and sometimes it's hard to, why does that word keep coming up, hard? I mean, it's all about hard today, guys. But the women, I want to be friends with them, and sometimes it's difficult to have them warm up to you. And well, they invited me to lunch one day, and I was so excited. And well, if only I hadn't taken my teeth out. It's when you ask a senior citizen to lunch, you never know what's going to happen. So, but that's very fun. And I have to tell you, since we talked about rectals and we talked about being doctors, and we talked about your privates. This is a really true story. When I was a medical school student, and I was kind of unsophisticated, in those days, you didn't learn about flirting. It was a long time ago, and you just get right in bed. There was no much foreplay at all. But so I went in medical school, and I wasn't a virgin anymore. But we did exams, and I remember I did a history and physical on this guy. And I had to do this rectal exam, and he was a skinny little old guy, and I did this rectal exam, and he goes, "Oh," and I thought, "Oh my God, sir, are you okay?" I was afraid I killed him. And he goes, No, that felt so good.
Oh.
I think I said unsophisticated. The next couple of guys really were enjoying their rectals. I had never figured out why. I think I figured it out by now. But my dad was a physician, and when I went home, I said, "Dad, why are they enjoying the rectals?" And I guess it was embarrassing for him because he said, "They shouldn't enjoy it at all. You should shove your hand in there up to the elbow, and they shouldn't enjoy it." So Dad did not help me understand. So it was a whole another 20 years before I did understand what happened. So that was sad. But I was married. I am divorced, and there'll be a number 3. This is good. I mean, I learned a little a little bit with each marriage. Next time I am going to let the guy pay for stuff. It would be okay. And God, what's a good thing? Oh, yes. So because I want to be topical for the younger audience, in parting, I will tell you, always remember, a funeral is not a sad event. It's an opportunity for me to find young men with mommy issues that I can manipulate into being my sex slave.
Oh. I want to go on record and say I think I found my most favorite doctor ever that I know. Wow. Don't ever change. Yeah, that was awesome. So I wrote many things. You said something about like you touch men's privates. I put down I touch men's privates, but I don't get as paid as much as a certified professional, and they get better tips and gratuity. That's a play on words because tips the penis, but I want to say it. Love the plastic surgery joke. You say you take your teeth out. I put down like sometimes I take my teeth out, and like usually I only do that to get my meals for free. Like you found it in the food. I don't know how comfortable you are. I'm guessing you would be comfortable because you have these jokes, but like with a rectal exam, because like, oh, it feels good. Like just wait to get the oral exam. And then I wrote down, next time I'm going to let the guy pay for stuff, especially the sex. And that's what I got. But good stuff,
Thanks.
Dr. Allen.
I like the fact that what was that joke? I don't want to be going out with senior citizens because you never know. I feel like that was pretty good. Also, I was yawning during your set. It wasn't because I was bored. It's just like 6 a.m. and I'm kind of half asleep is all. But yeah, I loved it. Damn it, there was one that I missed also. I can't remember right now. If I remember, it'll come back to me. But yeah, I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I loved. There were lots of little bits in there that really just sort of that I think were really clever. Like I have many husbands and none of them are mine. You know, little things like that. I thought those are clever ones, and I think it was great. I really enjoyed it. I don't have anything to add though, but I thought I really enjoyed it.
And
Thanks.
I'm definitely inviting you to my family's or my parents' funeral. I'm pretty desperate, so yeah.
So much fun. Oh my
I
God, what
love
a great audience.
Yeah, no, I everybody was great, and I love your mischievous nature. That's the word I'm looking for. Like, it's very good. And here's the comment we got. I love the wordplay in the beginning. Overall, love the set. Very consistent throughout the whole thing. Grow, Canvas, grow. Please do be on as many workshops as you want. You are like one of our favorite commenters.
Did you hire him, Scott?
No, but or her or them. I don't know. But
Or them,
whoever this identity is, thank you so much, because it's really awesome to have that kind of support. Because like I said, sometimes Twitch streamers, it's not very stuff I can read out loud. So thank you so much. So before we wrap her up, what I want to do now is time for the part of the show where it's shameless self-promotion. So we'll start off with Ahmed. Do you have anything? Oh, hang on. I don't know what I'm doing. Hang on. Technology. Hang on. Wait. Hang on.
You don't have to expand the picture for the promotions.
Solo layout. There we go. Gotcha. So whenever, what do you got to plug there?
I don't have anything to plug, dude. Like
all that work. All that work. Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
Well, yeah,
OnlyFans.
if you guys, OnlyFans, it's kind of expensive right now. Money's a little tight. So I think I'm just gonna, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's my name, Ahmed Abu Hamda, and I'll put that on the chat. Same thing for Instagram and Facebook. And if you want to see a live version, sometimes you can look out your window and I'll be sneaking up next to a tree. So, yeah.
All right, Dr. Allen. Get ready for him. No, I meant for your promotion too. What do you got going on?
Oh, let's see. No shows coming up right away, and my YouTube, Ellen Wesley on YouTube is my comedy, and I have a different channel on YouTube called Dr. Ellen's Best Medicine, which is some public health education type stuff. And on Instagram, I am at Betsy Ellen Wesley, all one word. And YouTube, I'm also, Facebook. I have ellen.wesley.50, and I have Comedy for Community also.
Wow.
And eventually there'll be a show.
Look at that. See, Ahmed, that's hustle.
I'll take in your footsteps.
All right, Wardy, what do you got going on?
I got nothing going on at the moment.
Come on, Wardy.
We're in a serious lockdown, so not much going on. I do have a few online shows coming up, but in terms of anything else, I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I don't have any. I have posted a few of my old shows on YouTube, but if you search Wardy or Wardy Lepan, they'll probably pop up. But I don't have anything. I'm pretty useless that way. Hopefully, once lockdown ends and we can start performing again, and we're all vaccinated, well, then there should be lots more to do. But right now, nothing, I'm afraid.
Okay, no worries. Well, no pressure on people. I will promote my stuff then, I guess. So we run this every day, every night at 10 p.m. EST. We have different hosts all the time. We have different panel all the time, different topics, different vibe, really. Just recently created a Instagram account at the Comedy Workshop Podcast. If you enjoy what you watched or heard, please give it a follow. As we're always trying to put content up, like jokes that like comics made, or testimonies, or just like screenshots. I can't think of much to put on that's not original, guys, but it's a good time. Please. Also, what else can I promote? Turbo Comedy every Monday. To Monday at 8 p.m. EST, which 7 comics have 1 hour to write 3 minutes on jokes, and then the comics on the panel will vote to see who they liked the best. Also, want to promote one more time. Oh, that's not a good promotion. Come on, Scott. Hang on, technology. Damn it! Hang on. God, all right, technology. I can do this. I can fucking do this. Ha! There you go. Because I had a logo, that's why. Peter Gray is going to be doing a live Q&A, and it will be up for free on May 19th, which is a Wednesday, I believe, at 2 p.m. PST. And if you want to join on that, just message me or message the Comedy Workshop on Instagram, whatever you see, whatever you want to contact me the most. Also, facebook.com/group/comedy workshop, as well as facebook.com/the Comedy Workshop Podcast. I need to learn how to organize better. But anyways, that's what's going on. I want to thank my panel. Hang on, let me take this off. I want to thank no, fuck off. Okay, I want to thank my panel for being a part of this. I want to thank Ahmed for being up at 6 a.m. to I mean, you guys, thank you so much as well. But I'm sure it's a more reasonable time. Whereas Ahmed looks like he. I hope he sleeps. I hope he sleeps.
But I don't have a life either.
Yeah, but still, sleeping is somewhat important. It's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed myself. Fun. Oh, one more thing. I got one more comment I got to put down. Boom. I just started watching recently. My favorite workshop so far. Great work, everyone. Aw.
Oh, yay.
Thanks,
I'd love to know more about Grow Canvas Grow.
Yeah. What product are you trying to sell? Because I might buy some. No. Anyways, Thank you all so much. It was a fun time. I still feel horrible, but not as horrible. And it's all because of you and the people and Grow Canvas Grow. Have a good night and tune in tomorrow. I think I'll be hosting as well. So hopefully
thanks
it won't
a lot,
be a
Scott.
Good to meet you guys.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Have
lot.
a good night.
All right.
Be safe.
Have a good one.
You
Peace.
too.